What's up, y'all? We out here at the range, as you can see again, so you know what that means, especially with what you see in front of you. It's jelly time out here today. We got another interesting test going on today. It's going to be another 9mm, and as you can see by the title, what we're using today is the M&P 9 Shield EZ. This is kind of a happy medium. It's a 3.5-inch barrel, so it's not totally full size, and it's not a really small one. It's an in-between kind of thing, because we can't test them all out here at the same time, so I figured I'll go in the middle, and this is a good one to go in the middle with right here. So that's what we're running it out of. Now, as y'all can see by the title, we're running some Super Vel today, and these were sent to us by Josh. So again, Josh, I really appreciate this. So what we're going to test here is two different types of Super Vel 9mm. We got the jacketed hollow point, which is just as it says, it's just a basic jacketed hollow point. It looks like about any other hollow point. Kind of a unique shape to the projectile there, but other than that, pretty run of the mill. Now this is plus P, rated at 1,300 feet per second, so ought to be some good stuff. And then what we testing also against it is another Super Vel, and this one is a solid copper hollow point. Also plus P on this one's saying 1250, so it says it's a little bit slower, but we'll see from the chronograph. Now this one, I don't know how well this is going to come through, but it's solid copper projectile, and it's a super deep hollow point on this thing. It really reminds me of those Liberty civil defense rounds. So it should be interesting. I don't know if this is supposed to expand or fragment. My guess would be this is a fragment round, but we're about to find out. So should be really interesting to see what these things do. I've never messed with any Super Vel ammo, so again, I appreciate Josh sending this to the channel so we can check these things out. This ought to be interesting. So let me get some of this stuff out of the way and get it set up, and let's get at it. Alright, here we go, y'all. We're going to start out with the jacketed hollow points. I don't think I specified, but these are both 115 grain is the weight on both of these projectiles. So going with the jacketed hollow point plus P Super Vel. We're going to do a 2-shot average. I'm not going to sling a bunch of these because these are some nice rounds and I don't want to waste them. So we're going to do a 2-shot average on these unless something crazy happens. So here we go, y'all. Got 1,098 and 1,076, so a little decent amount slower than what they claiming on the box. These things were claimed at 1,300, so that's right much slower, but who knows what kind of barrel they put them out of. So let's see what the average is. All right, so a 2-shot average on the jacketed hollow points were 1,087 feet per second. So let's put them solid copper hollow points and see what they're running. Alright, let's see what we get on the solid copper hollow points. Again, these are 115 just like the jacketed hollow points. These are claiming 1250. Now, like I say, maybe they're using a little bit longer barrel, and you know, that's muzzle where most of the manufacturers measure that speed at, and this is about as close as I can get to the muzzle, to be honest with you. This is I'm about 5 feet away, something like that. So anyway, let's see what these solid copper hollow points do. Here we go, y'all. 1,087 and 1,105. So this average is going to end up a little bit higher than that last one. I'm just going to tell you now. Let's check the average on it. So the average on the solid copper hollow points is 1,098, and if you remember, the average on the regular jacketed hollow points was 1,087. So you're talking about what, 11 feet per second difference? Virtually no difference whatsoever. 11 feet per second is totally negligible. So for all intents and purposes, these rounds are both moving the same speed. So let me clear this stuff out of the way, and y'all know what time it is. All right, y'all, it's jelly time. We're gonna start out with the regular jacketed hollow point, the 115 grain Super Vel jacketed hollow point. Let's see what it'll do, y'all. Here we go. Alright, good shot there. Let's go see what it looks like. Alright, that was a nice clean hit. So, nothing spectacular I'm seeing yet, but we'll take a closer look at it here in just a minute. So now we're going to do the solid copper hollow point. I'm going to try to put this one up underneath it, which is probably flirting with disaster, but I'd like to have it up underneath it so we can get a good comparison. And I really got a feeling this is going to fragment, but I have no idea, to be honest with you, but we're about to find out, y'all. So here we go, the 115 grain Super Vel solid copper hollow point. Perfect. That's exactly where I wanted that shot. So let me go down there and let's see what's going on with it. All right, y'all, let's do a little analyzing here. So got both the shots, really nice, perfect expansion on both of them, perfect hits right up above and below each other, just exactly what we like to see so we can examine these things. The top one, that's the regular jacketed hollow point. The bottom one is the solid copper hollow point. Now, obviously, we can see just from eyeballing it here, the solid copper point definitely went further, and it even curved a little bit, so it probably would have went a little bit further. Maybe it's hard to say. You know, it's a lot of unpredictable variables and stuff going on here. So, but it definitely went further. From what I can see, they both expanded. Now, looking at the wound channel, the wound channels look really nice on both of them. They look pretty much identical up to about this point right here. Then the wound channel on the jacketed hollow point kind of fizzles out, but this one here carries on. It carries on. So now, would that mean it would carry on like that as far as a permanent wound channel? Who knows? This is gel, so it's not exactly a one-to-one of a living tissue type of target. So hard to really say that, but the wound channel definitely a little bit more impressive on this Super Vel. So let's get the exact measurement on the penetration on both of them. So the penetration on the jacketed hollow point, you're looking at 10 1/4, maybe 10 3/8. We'll give it 10 3/8 on that one. On the solid copper hollow point, we're right at 13. So definitely better penetration on that solid copper hollow point. You know, is the regular jacketed hollow point, does that fall short? I mean, technically it falls short of the 12 inches, but you know, we've debated about that back and forth plenty, so we won't get into that can of worms. But definitely the solid copper hollow point is within the limits that the FBI calls for on this Bear gel. So both of them looks like they expanded very well. Let me give y'all a couple different views here. All right, let's give y'all a little panoramic image here. So that top one was the regular jacketed hollow point. You can see it turned sideways. Now I don't know if it turned completely and ended up that way, or if it was on its way to turning completely and stopped there. The bottom one, the solid copper hollow point, kind of a similar story. It started to veer off yaw to the bottom there, so it looked like it was wanting to turn. Who knows what it would have kept doing. But as you can see, like I say, both of the wound channels look really nice. Give you a view from this side here. See where they go in there. Both of them looks pretty identical until this point right about there. Well, right about there, yeah. You can see that. Then the regular jacketed hollow point kind of fizzles out, and that solid copper hollow point continues on with its wound channel. You can see that from this side too. See how it's got that kind of spiral-ish looking action going on. And it's very obvious that the penetration on the solid copper hollow point is definitely more. So let me pull these projectiles and let's take a look at those. Alright y'all, let's take a look at these projectiles here. Really interesting looking here on this solid copper hollow point for sure. Check that out, y'all. Really cool looking projectile. Really cool projectile there. Very impressive. Opened up really nice, really impressive there. Now that being said, the regular old jacketed hollow point did exactly what it was supposed to do. Mushroomed out completely. Very nice expansion on that as well. Now measuring these, I measured both of them. This one is exactly 3/4 of an inch, the solid copper hollow point. This one right here ended up at about 5/8. It got more penetration and an 1/8 of an inch bigger expansion diameter on the final projectile. So really impressive stuff. And again, now this regular Super Vel jacketed hollow point, I mean it's no slouch. It performed excellent. I think I'm just kind of personally, I'm kind of spoiled now to these fancy rounds I've been testing lately. And you know, a hollow point that just does its job is like, it's like meh, you know what I mean? But don't get me wrong, like we've talked about in the past, any of them would do their intended job. Hollow point, full metal jacket, they all would do the intended job of stopping a threat need be. So, but I think there's no denying that this is the clear winner. this solid copper hollow point. This is a really cool round. All right, y'all, there's another one in the books, the Super Vel jacketed hollow point and solid copper hollow point, both of them plus P, 9mm, 115 grainers. Really interesting test on this. For me, the clear winner here was that solid copper hollow point, definitely. Now, how they would work through barriers or clothing is a whole different story, and I've got a few more. He sent enough of these where I can do a few more tests out of it too, so we'll probably revisit this once I start doing some harder barriers. I've got some hard barrier stuff I'm working on that's coming soon, so y'all stay tuned for that. But really interesting stuff. Again, Josh, thank you very much, man, for sending these interesting tests on these. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments about these Super Vels. Like I say, as far as the velocity, they definitely didn't live up to velocity that they claimed here on the box. Now, like I say, it could have been the barrel length, but you know, that's not a tiny barrel out of this thing. We was using this 3.5 inch. I mean, it's about average size, you know, so I think they was a little generous to themselves on the velocity rate. Now, performance, it did great. Even the regular jacketed hollow point did. I feel like it did what it needed to do. Now, it was a little short of the penetration, but I think it would still get the job done. But again, in my opinion, the solid copper hollow point is where it's at if I had the choice of one of these. So let me know down in the comments what y'all think about these. Has anybody else out there use these Super Vels? Have you tried them before? Do you like them? Have you had any problems out of them? Let me know down in the comments what y'all's thoughts and experiences with these Super Vels. If you enjoyed the video, as always, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. I've done a bunch of tests out here today, and I got a bunch more to do before I'm headed out of here, so you don't want to miss them. Got some really interesting stuff out here. Amazon affiliate storefront link in the description. Like I always ask you, if you shop through Amazon anyway, hit that link first. Do your shopping after you go get to Amazon through that link. It don't cost you anything extra. So if you're gonna shop through there anyway, it don't cost you any extra time, any extra money, anything to click that link and do your shopping, and then we get a kickback from Amazon towards the channel. So that does help out a little bit, and I appreciate that. Appreciate all my Range Gang members who hit that join button down below. Like I always tell you, I really appreciate that. Appreciate each and every single one of y'all, again, who watches all my videos, who hits that thumbs up, who hits that subscribe, and who leaves me some comments down below. I definitely enjoy reading your comments, so don't forget them comments down there. But stay tuned. Like I said, I got a whole lot more good stuff on the way. In the meantime, stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you soon.